Guys, last time we talked about the first two advantage for a COPA or college dairy. The first one, is, of course, the most important is to level playing field. And that still matters. Number one, that's what the parents are looking for. They're not, purely interested in the abstract, anything fly up in the sky. They really want to see something that make a difference. They always ask question, what can this your app do for my family, for my kids, right? That's a legitimate question to ask, and we have to answer that. So this one is the leveling playing field. It's really number one. Number two, I also said that we can allow the student to use AI guilty free. Don't ever underestimate that because that make a big difference. Remember that the college application deadline are always crowded, always narrow. They're basically in application season just a couple of months away, and then you have to you have to apply so many different schools. So that makes it very important for you to be able to use AI. Let's just face it, something are best to left over to be done by AI. Other things are better for, to be done by humans. Okay, that's the whole thing. Some people are focusing too much on AGI, artificial general intelligence. That to me, that's not even most important thing. The most important thing for AI is just like any other innovations to offer more options. That's the key. Okay, that's the key. So at the end of the day, more options is always better than fewer options. Of course, sometimes you have two options, too many options, you got confused. That could happen too, right? Too many options, you think you can date this guy, you can date that guy, or whatever, or date this girl, date the other girl, and the same. Sometimes you lost your track, and then you forget that you only need one true relationship, right? So, but then in terms of AI, we can have a different opinions. Some people hate it, some people love it. I remember that last time Reese Witherspoon was merely said something like, we should study AI, and then we got some people, accusing her for tone deaf. Now I'm with her. I really believe that we should study AI, but I also understand people are different. However, regardless difference, having more option is always better. It's always better for everybody. Even if you hate it. So at the end of the day, having AI to do some things, it's gonna be better, more efficient, faster, cheaper. Those kind of things. So we have to bear that in mind. So with those AI that can allow you to apply for so many more schools, even at a shorter time. So that's the number three. The third advantage, it opens your doors to more schools. It actually goes both ways. Each college will have a bigger pool of a candidate, right? And then, but more importantly, for each student, they will have more options to apply to try more schools at an even lower, shorter time and cost. Why? Because AI will do for you. So something that is so tedious, so boring. You have to prepare your resume, your letters, your essays for different schools. But with AI, they can quickly check your diary entries, and then they'll find. And then the other thing you need to do is just tell AI what is the specific preference requirement. Sometimes it's a open information, other times maybe kind of a closing, but for the most part, I would say, you know, the high school applicant can just look at the something called the common data, and then basically the each school they will list their their preference, their emphasis, and also in other ways you can having your friend, having hearsay, or talking to some alumni from the other schools, and then also read the essay prompt for different schools. So all this, for the most part, a lot of information is open, it's out there. It's only a matter of whether you have the data to be ready for different schools. Or once you have that, once you have a data set like College Diary, all you need to do is just to tell AI, basically download the common data set, download the essay prompt, download, some interviews or information you got from friends or classmate or whatever, and then you tell the AI. The AI will will automatically pick up the best evidence for you. So you will never be in a blind spot. Okay, so that's number three. Number four is that will allow you to figure out what is your weakest spot. Okay, don't underestimate this, because a lot of human consultant, they charge $1,000 for each hour to just to help you figure out what is the weakness, what do you need to do next. So this one can be, of course you can hire people, but I would say AI can do that for you, uh, at least as well, if not better. In terms of turning out the highlighted point, figuring out what's the weakness, and then what you need to uh, try harder next semester. So because in our system that we allow, if you are paying the basic plan, you're paying basically, for early adopters $4.99 a month. Then each semester you're allowed one AI summary for help you to figure out, what is the weakness, and then what do you need to try harder next semester, next year. So those are the four advantage. Number one, again, leveling playing field. Number two is using the AI guilt free, to deal with the deadlines and the crowded and narrow deadlines. Number three is to uh, open you up to more schools, even within the same or even shorter time. Like today with your human being, will you with yourself doing that, you might be able to apply 5 schools. But in the future with the college diary, you could, honestly apply for 15 schools. So that'll be win-win. Remember, the more school, more candidate applying for more different schools. The schools opens up, schools more options. And then number four, we will talk about the identifying your weakness. Let's stop here.